I want to start off this speech by asking the audience a question. How many of you have eaten a scrambled egg dish in your life? That's right. A majority of us on this earth have eaten a variation of a scrambled egg dish. And that is because scrambled eggs don't belong to one specific culture. There are scrambled egg variations in multiple different cultures across the world. So it is a shared experience with a lot of us. And before diving into the history of a scrambled egg, we must know or understand what a scrambled egg is. And as I've said before, there are multiple variations, but it is agreed that the common base ground for a scrambled egg is that it is an egg white and egg yolk that have been beaten, seasoned with salt, pepper, or other seasonings, cooked in a pan with butter. And that is the overall definition of a scrambled egg. And that moves me on to my next point, which is who discovered it? Who was the first civilization to scramble an egg? And with extensive research, it's not known. And that's truly insane to me, that even after all this time, we don't know who scrambled the first egg. And that is because eggs were an essential part in many civilizations throughout history. So scrambling would just be an essential part of those civilizations, but we wouldn't be able to say who scrambled it first. But multiple experts on the topic have given that title to the ancient Romans. They did this because the ancient Romans were the first ones to create what we call an omelet. And if we know anything, an omelet is basically scrambled eggs, but in one piece. But, of course, the Romans weren't the only ones with eggs, as I've mentioned before. The ancient Egyptians had a diet that was centered around ostrich eggs, and they would scramble them. And then in the 14th century, there was an Italian book that was called Libro della Cucina. And there was a passage in that Italian book talking about how to cook, fry, and scramble eggs. And just seeing that, you could see how far and vast the history of scrambled eggs is. And moving on to my next point, we can't talk about the history of something without touching on how it is in the present. And through the test of time, there are two main forms of scrambled eggs that prevail in today's society. There are the traditional American-style scrambled eggs and the French-style scrambled eggs. Both of these can be found in various types of things, such as in the United States, we have breakfast burritos, which is basically a tortilla with scrambled eggs inside of it and various fillings. The American scrambled eggs are basically eggs that have been beaten, seasoned, cooked with butter over a high heat. And the French scrambled eggs is the exact same, but they don't use milk. And it's cooked over a lower flame so that they can get a creamier consistency. Now, after understanding where scrambled eggs came from in society and which ones that are still with us today, I want to close this speech while talking about why this is important. I personally feel that this is really important because it shows us that something as insignificant as eggs can connect the world. Before this speech, you probably couldn't think of something that connected the United States with France, ancient Egyptians, ancient Romans, and Italians. You couldn't think of that. But something so small can connect the world together. Thank you.